Hey, Survivor Geeks. Yeah, I probably should explain this thing, huh? Before I started doing my Survivor vlog this week, I was meditating and my eyes, and there was this feather appeared out of nowhere. So I knew it was a fashion accessory, and I put it on. And so, I'm gonna wear it this week. Yeah, what's up with Philip and dreaming up fashion accessories like that? I don't know. Interesting episode. I actually got to see the second half of it last night when I was at work. We have a rather large TV in the break room, and Survivor was on when I was on break, so I got to watch the second half while I was on break. And interesting thing. True story. Interesting thing. I work at a place where we do a service for the deaf and hard of hearing. So the TV, a lot of times the sound is off or turned way down, and you just have the closed captioning to read. And it's just, I don't know, to help us understand the deaf culture, I guess. And they couldn't keep up with Philip's rambling, the stuff about the, what was it, Stealth for Us and the three. I had to find out later when I watched it again after I got home what he was talking about, and I still don't really know what he was talking about. But the closed captioning person couldn't keep up with him. It was just like, if Philip would start talking, a few words would appear, and then it would just stop, and it would all get erased, and then, they'd start to type something, and then they'd back up and retype it, and then that would go away. So Philip's even confusing to everybody, really. Yeah, it was a pretty good episode. This is really turning into a very interesting season. I'm starting to be more and more convinced that Boston Rob is going to win. I do like Boston Rob. I think I've explained this before. I like Boston Rob, and I think he's playing a great game, almost completely flawless. He's made a few little mistakes, but almost flawless. But I still don't want him to win just because, there's all these other people that have never played before, and I'd like to see one of them win. And I understand Ometepe, as Zapatero is pointing out, Ometepe, it's like the cult of Rob, and so they're pretty much just handing the game over to him at this point. Nobody's really trying to figure out a way to get past him to win the thing. And Zapatero, well, I'm rooting for Zapatera, the ones that are left, especially Ralph, and of course Matt. I'm still rooting for Matt, but because they are the underdog. But in a way, I still feel like they kind of deserve the to be in the grave that they're in, because of throwing that challenge a long time ago just to get rid of Russell. As much as I don't like Russell, I wouldn't throw a challenge just to get rid of him. And I still think that karma is. Can I talk about karma? Anyway, I still think that's biting them in the ass. They're just, they got rid of Russell, and then they started on this downward slide, and they just cannot gain any footing. I guess I was kind of hoping that, they were getting rid of people kind of slower this season. So I was hoping that might mean that it's going to be an extra long season or something, but it looks like maybe not. They voted two people off last night, Mike and David. Really like Mike, so I was sad to see that. I like David to a point, so it's sad to see that too. I don't know. How are they ever going to break this crack in Ometepe? I wish they could. They're trying everything, and the things that they're saying are spot on. I mean, Ometepe is basically the cult of Rob. I mean, Rob has him by the balls, and there's nothing that they can do about it. And all these people are just so willing. I mean, it's like they're afraid that he's going to get rid of them, just like he did Matt. But, it's like if Philip and Andrea and maybe Grant, or, I'm just saying any two or three of them, even one of those worthless girls, got together and just, switched sides, they'd still have a chance to save themselves. They could still outnumber Rob and send him to Redemption Island. And I mean, I don't understand why they're not making a move to get rid of him. Anyway, I guess that's my big thing this week. I'm trying to think of what else. The challenge, hanging upside down on the bars. I like that challenge. I don't know. It always makes me want to get rid of people when they sit out of a challenge, especially somebody like Steve, who, you know, he's on the outs anyway. He's on the losing tribe, and it's like, why be so arrogant and sit out the challenge and say, look, I'm safe. I'm not going to worry about it. But I guess Steve is starting to show some signs that he doesn't really want to be there anyway, which, why do you sign up for a game like this and then you decide not to be there? That's another thing that I will never understand. Let's see. Aside from Boston Rob, Andrea and Grant, I kind of wish they'd make a move. I really like them. I kind of wish they'd make a move, though. But the Almatepe, they're the only two that I would really be happy to see win at this point. I wish they'd make a move, though. I hate to see them win just by riding Rob's coattails the whole way. I think they both have a pretty decent chance if the jury doesn't want Rob to win. I think they both have a pretty good chance of winning if they get to the final three. And it looks like Philip is going to be in the final three with Rob. Between those two, I would have to give it to Boston Rob. I'm kind of liking Philip, but I'm kind of not liking him. It's a weird thing. He's very entertaining, but he's so annoying that I don't know. Let's see, that first challenge. It was cool. I like the part where they had to to get the water in their mouth and spit it in the thing. I mean, I know they've kind of done a variation of that before, but there's only so many ways you can tweak around challenges. I mean, there's so many different challenges you can come up with before you have to start kind of repeating yourself, I suppose. But yeah, it was an alright challenge. Let's see. So it looks like they're kind of all. It looks like maybe what they're going to do now is have people just keep going to Redemption Island. I'm guessing until they're down to like a final. Until there's like 8 people on Redemption Island, then they're going to square off in a challenge. I'm guessing it's going to be that pillow fight challenge, because they showed in the previews for the season, they showed people doing the pillow fight thing. If you know what I mean, where they take the pillow and they're kind of the sumo wrestling with the pillow. I think that they're going to do a little tournament with that toward the end of the season. So that's my guess anyway. Is like they're going to get about 8 people, and then they're going to just have people square off against each other until there's one person left. That's how I'm expecting it to play out. So this is good because this way. Nobody really knows who's going to be coming back in the game. They just know, okay, these people are going to Redemption Island, but they don't know which one's coming back in. So it'll be my guess they're going to send people to Redemption Island until there's about 8 people there, and then they're going to square off until there's one person left, and then that person comes back in the game. And then they, figure it out from there who's going to be in the final 3. That would be my guess. I don't know if I have much else to talk about this week. So I'll leave you at that. And take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, and meditate, because you get cool feathers when you meditate. Oh, sorry, I'm not done. There's one other thing. The fish. What was up with that? It's like, you can't eat fish because it's dead? I mean, Ralph, being a redneck guy, probably knows a lot about fishing, and like you said, I've had dead fish laying in my truck for hours, and then I've eaten it. It was fine. So I don't know what the problem with that was. Boston Rob just was, again, trying to pretend like he knows more about survival than anybody else out there because he's played the game before, but he still probably doesn't know the difference between a chicken and a turkey, and he probably still doesn't know that chickens can fly, so I wouldn't really trust much of anything that Boston Rob says over anything that Ralph says. And obviously nobody got sick from eating the fish. I did like it that Grant got up and started eating the fish too, but then I didn't like it that he followed Boston Rob's. Come on, Grant, be a man. Do what you want. Stop letting Boston Rob lead you around by the balls. It's disgusting. Go to let him boat you off. Go to Redemption Island, rule there, and then come back in the game and kick his ass at the end. That's what I think you ought to do, Grant. I guess that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.